Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stello Stadium. We are almost at the start of the first girls lacrosse game of the season. I'm John Collins with Tom King here on Nashua TV. The audio is beautiful now. We had some kinks before the broadcast, but
here's another kink. It's our first girls lacrosse game of the season. This isn't the opener. This team's been playing for a week already, John.
Oh yeah, I got the scores
so
here.
They have been, and this is a match, a game where it's kind of unique. Why? You have the Division I state champion Dynasty, and you have the division in Guertin. You have the Division II state champion Dynasty in Portsmouth, who has now moved up to Division I, which is why they're playing each other.
How about that?
So, and Portsmouth wasted no time. They've had blowout wins. Guertin the same. And this is a very much anticipated game, and it should be a very good game. Portsmouth has just been dynamic. I saw Portsmouth beat the last two seasons. John beat Hollis. They're very opportunistic. You don't want to give them free positions with fouls and things like that. Guertin the same, although they're scoring. The Cardinals graduated a lot of scoring, but you never know it by by how they play it. I mean, they've got Sophia Alton back. They've got Teresa Prunier back. Tessa Wilkie, who we've seen in other sports, she's back. They've got some players that Maddie Hartsock is another player who was a centerpiece of that team last year. These are some kids now that need, that are looking to make their own, spot in the Guertin history books. So we'll see, but this is going to be an interesting game. This is not a gimme for Guertin, and coming in here, knowing what Portsmouth and the firepower they have. I always look at Portsmouth, John, and I say they're always tough to beat. I think they're going to be tough to beat today. We'll see.
In most sports, that's true. Portsmouth with a great athletics program. BG, as Tom just mentioned, the girls LAX defending state champions. But just because they're the defending champions and in Division I doesn't necessarily mean that they're heavily favored over Portsmouth in this one. In fact, keep an eye on how it starts out. You never know. This could be the upset game.
I don't know if it's that much of an upset, John. I don't. Right? I think Portsmouth is coming into D1 fully one of the three teams that can win it. I think there's three teams that can win it: Bedford, Guertin, or Portsmouth.
How about that? Yeah.
This is not a underdog situation. These are two pretty much evenly matched teams that are going to go, and who knows? They could see each other again, because there'll be a fight to see who gets the top seed and avoid one or the other in the semifinals. It's almost that cut and dry the way you look at it in girls lacrosse.
And certainly the size of the rosters look comparable, if not Portsmouth having a few more players.
Not really. Look at the benches, John. I mean, the benches
pretty much even.
Yeah, pretty much even.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 5. So 6 for Guertin, 5 for Portsmouth.
There you go.
The draw is everything in girls lacrosse because possession is 9/10 of the law, and probably about 70% of the time with good teams it turns into goals. Guertin played a lot of their JV players yesterday in a rout of Salem 20-3, JVs and reserves. So kids that don't start. So they kind of mixed and matched in that game, saving players for this one, because this is the biggest game of the week.
Ariana Kuchelak, number 12 for Bishop Guertin, with the big carry to take the ball about 40 yards downfield and flip the field on offense. Kuchelakis.
Oh, nice
There's
pass.
a feed, and Kuchelakis. Oh, no, that's actually number 13, Madeline Hartsock, as Tom mentioned, as one of the big scorers on this team, scores the first goal of this game. It's 1-0 BG.
What a great feed, though. I mean, right where no one was. That was Tess Prunier, I believe, that got her the ball and just put it right in.
Tess Prunier, number 11, yes, feeding it to Madeline Hartsock with the hammer coming straight over the top, 12-6, and it was right past the Portsmouth goaltender.
Didn't take much time. John, with 20 minutes left, I will go down on the field, do my photos.
Right now, 24-12. They play 25-minute.
25 minutes, basically running time,
halves.
except when there's 25-minute halves, except when there's scores. And sometimes the ref will stop the clock to make a point, or if there's someone hurt.
Downfield, Portsmouth, Annie Parker, number 10, angling in toward the net, passes it toward the center. Sally Collins passes it across to Avery Runke, and around the perimeter it goes for Portsmouth. Everybody getting a touch as they play circle catch around the BG defense. The Guertin girls are in white, and Portsmouth wearing the maroon and yellow numerals. Back up top, high slot, looking for a shot, the first of the match. For Portsmouth, they try to equalize. 1-0, BG leads early. BG outscoring their opponents in the first two games, 42-14.
Good defense on the corners by Guertin. They're forcing Portsmouth to try to move around. Nothing's easy. Not as easy as it was for BG. There's an open shot.
Finding a seam, and Avery Runke, number 13, a pair of 13s with goals here, one for each team.
If you would have told me that she would have had that go in, I would have said, no way. I mean, she had to fire it through traffic, and the goaltender was right there to see everything, but still made it in.
From
Maddie Eder-Linnell, I think, is the goalie.
From the billowing of the net there, that shot looked like it went just inside the left post. So far side, great shot by Runke, who is a senior, as is Madeline Hartsock. So a couple of seniors heard from early in this one.
Well, that's what you expect, right?
Right.
In a game like this.
Yep. Early in the season, 18-game schedule, a lot of lacrosse left to be played.
A lot of lacrosse, but this is a benchmark game. So whoever loses this game will look to really kind of refine their game over the course of the season. Of course, BG, John, plays a lot of out-of-state games. They've got another one coming up on Thursday. They've got another couple, I think, next week during the vacation week. So it's a lot of games against quality opponents to prepare them for what they may see in the postseason.
Annie Parker dancing left, goes right, looking to shoot on the run, has it knocked out of her possession.
Yeah, good defensive play, because a lot of times you make that play, you're going to get whistled for it, but not that time.
Kuchalakis with the good stick check to knock the ball free, but Portsmouth gets it back and looking to take their first lead of the game.
I think they realize they have to prevent clear looks. Now we're going to get a free position call here, but you can always defend a free position play, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a free shot on goal if she wants to go that route. I think it was a body check call against BG. Straight in and a good save. Loose ball in the crease area, and that penalty or that violation is going to go against BG as well.
BG. Portsmouth will have possession, and let's see if they get a free position from that point. Yes, they do.
Yeah, number 21 is Charlotte Marston.
But see on the free, and so now she passes it back. Oh,
inside,
nice pass.
Goal. Good
nice
ball
pass.
movement by Portsmouth.
Yep, no doubt about it. Don't quite see who that was.
Yeah, it was in traffic in the middle. Did you catch a number, Tim? No. Tim O'Neill on camera once again today. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, is alongside. First of many lacrosse matches that we have planned for Nashua ETV this season. Portsmouth with their first lead of the match, up 2-1. 21:40 to go now, as BG will be looking for the equalizer. Ball pops straight up in the air. Jump ball, BG comes away with it.
Yeah, and now, you're trailing the game. Possession, again, so important in this sport. They'll have to look to capitalize on their opportunities, because now Portsmouth is 2 for 2, John. It's not what you like to see if you're BG.
On possessions and goals.
Yeah. You defended the first free position very well. The second one, they fooled you. They went outside and then went inside.
Madeline Hartsock passes it to Lauren Redfern. Redfern circling, shooting. No, she kept it. Got fouled, I think, right at the goal line level. And they will set her up in position to shoot. Number 7, Laura Redfern. Will she come up with the equalizer here? Play resumes, and she backs out to the left, wide side.
See, you can defend a free position play if if you can get in there quick enough to cut the lane off. Oh, slipped on the turf.
And Redfern dancing around. Good one on
she's
one
got an opening
play
there.
Off the crossbar.
Ouch.
Beat the goaltender high, but it came right back off the iron. No goal for BG.
All right, John Collins down. I'll go. I'll be back shortly before the end of the half.
So, Tom, and also keep an eye if Avery Runke does get another goal in this game, which is a high probability. It'll be number 100, we are told, for her in her Portsmouth High School career. So definitely Portsmouth side are alert to that fact that Avery Runke, their senior, on the verge of the century mark in goals. Far side now as Portsmouth showing good ability to move the ball and find the open cutter. There's a shot from distance, high left corner. Great job of picking the upper left. Annie Parker with a goal. And it's 3-1. Portsmouth taking the lead here with authority, and Bishop Guertin's got to be a bit concerned. Portsmouth looks solid early on. Annie Parker with a sniper shot just underneath the crossbar and just inside the left post. Very difficult shot to stop. And with the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs underway, that's a shot that any NHLer would love to make in their first round playoff games going on now here in April. Portsmouth back on the attack. They win another face-off and trying to add to their 3-1 lead with 19 minutes left in the first half. BG on the defensive for most of this match so far. They did score the first goal, and it's been all Portsmouth looking to our right since then. Annie Parker with it. She just scored. She's going to flip it underhand to Avery Runke. Runke bounces one over the goal. That would have been number 100 for number 13 on the Portsmouth side. Annie Parker with it. They're feeding Avery Runke a lot, and she'll definitely have some more opportunities in this match. Sally Parker going to her right. Excuse me, that was Sally Collins. Annie Parker has it. Annie Parker holding it in her left. Sally Collins dances left, goes right, draws a double team in the middle. The one-timer's a goal. Portsmouth looking lethal here early as Charlotte Marston scores. She got the feed right dead central, low slot, and just had it in her possession for the split second it took to shoot it one-timer. Timeout called by Bishop Guertin, and a 4-1 Clippers lead with 18-13 to go in the first half. So a difficult start here for Bishop Guertin against the Portsmouth Clippers, who come in on a chilly Tuesday afternoon. It's about 51 degrees for the starting temperature and feels like about upper 40s. There's not much sunshine to be had next to the Nashua River this evening. A mixed bag of weather, certainly it was, following a wet and chilly Marathon Monday. Big time for sports in New England and really across the country in April. You got the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, and the start of the spring sports season. Baseball, lacrosse, and we are happy to bring you the games here on Nashua ETV in conjunction with a lot of the neighboring community cable television stations. So we'll see what happens here after this timeout, but definitely strategically necessary for Bishop Guertin to try to get back in this match, get their mindset back on winning draws and going back on offense if they can. Certainly got off to a great start with the goal by Madeline Hartsock. Kind of picking up where they left off at the end of last season with the state championship, but different story so far in this one. Portsmouth announcing their presence here in Division I in a big way. Portsmouth has a lot of out-of-state schools on their schedule as well, staying sharp through the rest of the season, which will end on May 26th for the Clippers, on May 24th for Bishop Guertin. So back to the center dot after the 4th goal in a row for the Clippers. They gave up the opening goal and then gone unanswered 4 in a row at BG's expense. This is an all-important draw here. Who's going to win this one? Ball pops straight up in the air, and it's won by the Clippers. That was Annie Parker on the draw against Ariana Kuchalakis. They go right down and they score. Straight down the field. That looks like Annie Parker, number 21, once again. She gets her 2nd in a row, and there was really no stopping her after she won the loose ball at midfield. Straight down Broadway and fired it in the upper quadrant of the net. So a very difficult start here for Bishop Guertin. In goal, Madeline Eder-Linnell, number 88. Didn't get much help from her defensive line that time. Of course, you're not allowed to body check in lacrosse, but if a couple of players position themselves well, they will force the attacker to veer off course. Not the case there for Annie Parker. She went from point A to point B and put it right into the goal. 5-1 lead for the Clippers, and they win another loose ball. Whistle blows, a little bit too heavy of a stick check there on the ball carrier, Maggie Parker. Couple of sister acts, it looks like, for Portsmouth, with Maggie Parker and Annie Parker, and Avery Runke and Morgan Runke, her younger sister by 2 grades. There's a nice feed in the middle. Sure, Portsmouth really doesn't make a lot of errant passes. They lost that one, though. Good stick check from behind. Pops up in the air. And right on the spot was Madeline Hartsock as BG finally flips the field and goes back on offense for the first time in, it feels like, about 8 minutes. Probably more like 6 or 7, since it's a 25-minute half and we are at the 17-minute mark, but certainly it was a long time in coming. Now walking with the ball is number 11, Teresa Prunier. Prunier calling out a play, gets it up top, going to work from the high slot. Cameron Schmidt, shot, goal, BG. As they swarm around the goal scorer, and it appeared to be number 14. Tim has it as well. Cameron Schmidt with the goal, the junior, number 14, in the middle. So with 16:47 to go, BG stops the bleeding as they'd given up 5 goals in a row to go down 5-1, and they get one. And it was thanks to a nice defensive play right in front of their own goal. About 90 yards later, possession and some sure-handed passing, they set up Cameron Schmidt for the score. So 2 goals for BG, 1 for Madeline Hartsock and 1 for Cameron Schmidt. The draw at the center dot, Ariana Kuchalakis for Bishop Guertin, number 12, against Annie Parker, number 10 of Portsmouth. Annie's on the left, and Ariana's on the right. Loose ball. Check that. That was Madeline Hartsock on the draw for BG. But same result for Portsmouth as they come away with it. Annie Parker feeds it far side, all the way behind the net it goes. Ginger Vinciguerra is number 4, manning her spot behind the net. Portsmouth content to pass around the perimeter here. Circling the wagons, the BG defense trying to prevent penetration by any shooter. Andy Parker got repelled there, and around the perimeter it goes once again. Two-time goal scorer in this game, Charlotte Marston, gets forced wide. Marston backs it out and gives it up, and Marston gave it to, well, it comes up top to Morgan Runke now. Morgan Runke loses it. It's on the turf, picked up by Portsmouth. Alert play by Sally Collins. Number 5, dancing to her right, edging closer to the goal, switches hands, shoots, and it's in. Sally Collins with a goal. It is 6-2 in favor of Portsmouth as that appeared to sneak in to the lower right side. Teams haven't yet, Portsmouth hasn't yet gone back to the center dot, but it looks like, I don't know, what it was kind of a muted goal celebration there by the Clippers, but the score is on the board. Bishop Guertin with only a smattering of fans here for this home game. I don't know if they were deterred by the weather, but hopefully we'll see more and more fan support as the season goes along and as the spring warms up. Here's a face-off, and it's won again by the Clippers. Annie Parker comes away with it. Number 10, a force on those draws for the Clippers, producing lots of offensive possession time. And yet more of it as they try to regain the big lead. Charlotte Marston with the turnaround pass to Vince Segura. Ginger passes it far side. Dancing to her left was Morgan Runke. Up top, a contested shot, a nice save by Madeline Ader-Linnell on the tough bouncer to her right. That might have snuck inside the post as well. I believe it was shot by Annie Parker, number 10. Loose ball, BG trying to maintain possession as they go across the center stripe. Lose it to the Clippers. Very opportunistic by Portsmouth. Loose ball again. Now BG comes away with it. Nope. They advance it. It's on the turf. Who's going to get it? This is a play where the Cardinals excelled last year, scooping up loose balls at their opponent's expense, but it's Portsmouth that's won most of the loose balls so far in this lacrosse match this evening. That's an errant pass, one of the few for the Clippers on the turf near side. It is scooped up before it goes out of bounds, though, by Sadie Alati. And a good pass on the run up ahead to Lily Patterson. Patterson feeds it into the corner to Ginger Vinciguerra. She is checked closely, and she yields possession out to Sally Collins. Teammate, quick possession and a quick ball movement in this possession so far by Portsmouth, trying to add to a 6-2 lead. Ball's on the turf, but 3 Portsmouth Clippers get there at the same time as Lauren Redfern, and Redfern wins the ball and possession. Good sprint here by Ariana Kuchalakis, determined to get another goal for the Cardinals, which they desperately need, trailing by 4 here, 6-2, if nothing else but to shift the momentum, which was all on Portsmouth's side for another 2 or 3 minutes there after yet another face-off win by Annie Parker, who's been an MVP for Portsmouth because of that so far. Dancing to her left now is Teresa Prunier. Prunier repelled, finds a way, shoots, scores! Teresa Prunier. Great individual effort there. And she pots one high left side. Portsmouth goaltender left to face Redfern all alone after the great 360-degree spin move by Teresa to get free in front. So it's 6-3 with 12:40 to go, first half. BG back on the scoreboard. Portsmouth still with a very impressive 6-3 lead here early. As they introduce themselves to Division I play, they started off with a 18-5 win over Pinkerton on April 10th. So it's been a while since they played a game. against in the recognized on the NHIAA scoreboard at least. They probably had plenty of practices, maybe some intra-squad scrimmages. As the sun sneaks its way through the trees here by the Nashua River for the first time since the game began. Lights are on, though, at Stellos. So we've got a mixed light source. And the players are probably warmer than the fans as they move around in close to quarters to the net. Charlotte Marston got escorted away from the goal by good BG defense. And Marston tried to catch it and shoot it there. She was assailed by some determined BG defenders. No easy shot there for number 21 for Portsmouth that time. Spin move, and Vinciguerra scores. Ginger Vinciguerra, just a freshman, showing some great moves coming out from behind the goal. So BG kind of worried about the upperclassmen goal scorers who were positioned out front. May have forgotten about Ginger Vinciguerra for just a moment, and she took an advantage of it, coming up from behind the net and basically face-to-face with goaltender Madeline Ader-Linnell. It is a 7-3 lead now for Portsmouth. Pretty high-scoring affair between these two teams. At least BG would like to pile up some goals and make it high-scoring. They'll need to score to get back into this thing. And they'll need to start winning some draws against Annie Parker. Number 10 of Portsmouth has been very effective, and she does it again. Able to battle the ball over to Avery Runke. Sprinting down the middle now, Sally Collins with it. A lot of talent on this Portsmouth team, and they work well together as a team. Avery Runke with it. Said her name a lot already, but if we say Avery Runke goal, excuse me, it'll be her number 100th goal in her high school career. If she gets it. You know she's going to get it at some point. Question is, will it be here at Stellos this evening? In search of one. Annie Parker will pass it up. Sally Collins kind of switching from the right wing to the left wing. Number 5 for Portsmouth. Back to Annie Parker, and she hands it off to Avery Runke. Avery a threat to shoot from there and passes it instead. BG has been in this defensive posture for most of the first 15 minutes of this game. Circling against the relentless Portsmouth attack. Trying to come out from behind the goal and shoot. Upper corner goal. And they are sharing the wealth. The Portsmouth Clippers now. That was a player that was positioned behind the goal. Came out same as Ginger Vinciguerra did. That was Annie Parker that came out from behind the net. Annie's right at the 50-yard line right now. She walked out after scoring to take the draw again. So the MVP of this game, by winning all those draws, just scored a goal for her team. And it's an 8-3 advantage now for the Clippers. Annie Parker is just a junior, making her bid for perhaps MVP of her team and Player of the Year as this season goes along if she stays healthy with those kind of statistics. This loose ball off the draw is won by the Cardinals. Laura Redfern sprinting down the left sideline, gaining lots of ground. BG needs more of this if they're going to come back from a 5-goal deficit here with at least 35 minutes of lacrosse left to be played. 10 minutes remaining in this half, and then another 25 in the second half. The wraparound try and a sure-handed save on the shot by Annalise Campbell. Annalise trying to win the ball back from the goaltender now. Frustrated that BG in their brief possession was not able to score. Now Portsmouth threatening to go right back with offensive zone attack time. Dancing her way out of a triple team there was Maggie Parker, Great job of advancing the ball. Maggie's a senior. And Annie Parker, who may be your sister, is a junior. So Maggie with great defensive work there. Now Portsmouth back in the offensive zone again with 9 minutes to go, leading 8-3. And on pace to go double digits first in this match. BG scored over 20 goals in their first 2 games, but not on pace to score 20 at all here against a Portsmouth team that's dominated time of possession. We have a whistle during the Portsmouth possession, and the official pointing to a spot where the Clippers will set up with possession and a free look at the goal. Avery Runke, again, with 99 goals in her career, trying to give and go here. She hands it back to Annie Parker. Avery Runke with it, seeking, looking, switches hands, and now passes it off to Morgan Runke. Morgan dancing left, goes right, opens up and misses. One of the rare times we've seen Portsmouth not hit their spot or complete a pass in this one, but they still retain possession.
Dominance. Down there on the field, what Leslie Wyatt wants Guertin to do is pressure them a little bit more, and they did that. And it worked a couple of times, but Portsmouth has only failed. It's only the second time they failed to score on a possession, John.
Yep, and that's a problem for BG.
Sure is.
Cameron Schmidt scooped up the loose ball. She's one of the goal scorers for BG, number 14. They get it in the middle, running straight down into a double team.
Boy, double team and a foul.
Yep.
Which will work in Guertin's advantage.
Ariana Kuchalakis on the restart, right?
Yep.
In the middle. In the slot. On the restart. Sprints in, shoots. Save on the goal line. She stopped it.
Probably had about 3 inches to spare.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I believe, is that Sage Bussieri, number 25 down there?
I'm not sure, John. Looks that way.
Yeah, that was
it's
a
a
great
double
save.
number. It's a double number with a 2 or a 3 there. So
yeah,
we'll see it. We'll see at halftime when she comes off the field. The number will show up a little bit more.
She's actually the only listed goaltender on our Portsmouth
that
roster.
Would be her. She's got 2 saves already.
She's a freshman. That's not fair.
No, and I believe Guertin's is a sophomore.
Wow.
So
a couple of young goalies in this game, but BG's goalie's been under siege, and Portsmouth has started this game very, very impressively. They got a lot of talent, and they work well together as a team, Tom.
So much for our prediction that the sun would come out the rest of this game, huh? Wow.
Yeah. My best friend is a post in between the windows right now to see the field clearly. There's a shot and a save. That was Avery Runke bidding for her 100th career goal, I believe. What was it? Number 11, maybe. Lily Patterson.
My guess is Runke will get it at some point in this game.
Yeah.
And there's a turnover, a costly turnover. You cannot turn the ball over.
They have so few possessions, they can't afford it.
Right, exactly.
So Morgan Runke has it, and she passes it to Annie Parker.
And those few possessions make it less likely that they'd be able to make up the deficit.
Exactly. You know, averaging over 20 goals a game in their first 2, and they are far from that kind of pace.
Yeah, the competition's so much different.
In the middle, the one-timer in the goal. Is that it?
Yeah, I got it. If it was her, I couldn't tell.
It's number 5. It's Sally Collins with another goal. They are spreading the wealth here for
they
the
are.
Clippers.
They've got a lot of players who can put it in, but boy, you could tell BG is back on its heels.
Yeah.
You know, and they haven't faced this competition before. So, this is an interesting scenario. 9-3. When's the last time you could look up and see a Bishop Guertin team in girls lacrosse down 6 goals in the first half?
Well, you know the answer to that question
well, I
better
mean,
than
I haven't
most.
done every game, and they've played some out-of-state teams, but I don't remember it.
No.
And I knew Portsmouth coming in would be very difficult. They got a lot of firepower. They had a lot of firepower last year. They bulldozed a good Hollis Brookline team in the D2 title. And
Annie Parker
they
just
probably,
did it again.
They probably could have been a D1 team years ago.
It all starts right there at that center dot, Tom. That's what
they've dominated the draws.
The secret to BG's dominance last year, Portsmouth has it now.
Has Guertin won a draw? I don't think so.
They had won a couple of loose balls.
First one. A draw, though. A draw. Watch this, right on a doorstep.
There was a whistle just before that last shot, and that goes against the Cardinals. So a setup for Portsmouth coming up here.
With 4:50 left to play in the first half.
Number 4 is Ginger Vinciguerra, who has a goal in this one. She charges straight in and
She's
scores.
got 2.
And Tom, as you point out, you can contest those, but not if you don't get in the path.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get in the path, but you also have to be careful of another foul.
Yeah, it's sort of like girls lacrosse is sort of like NBA basketball. You want to draw the charge, but not commit the foul. It's tricky, but that was too easy for Vinciguerra.
No goal, John.
No goal?
No, nothing on the scoreboard, and there was no draw here at center.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Must have been a save. I thought I saw the net move.
I
didn't
did
you?
too. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I thought I saw a celebration.
Yep. No. So did I. But no goal.
Good. Well, BG need that break.
They sure did. But now they've got to get ground balls. They've got to pick up ground balls. That's always a big stat in both boys and girls lacrosse. Why? Because possession is so important, and the only way you get it is to pick up those loose balls, other than winning faceoffs.
Goaltender Madeline Eder-Linnell passes it to her right. BG trying to advance it to the offensive zone.
Because you see the difference between the girls' game and the boys' game. It's a huge difference.
Well, BG put it on the turf, and Portsmouth was only too happy to scoop it up.
I was just going to say, but the basics are the same. You turn the ball over, you're going to be in trouble, and that's what Guertin did just there. Portsmouth really, really moving the ball well. Guertin's goals have been basically one-timers, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful goal at the beginning, a pass, quick pass, and then it's been almost all Portsmouth since. I mean, just incredible what they've done and able to move the ball around. I mean, this is going to be a tape
Parker.
This is going to be a tape
loses
that Leslie Y will not burn. She will hold on to this one and show it to her team over and over again during the course of the season, saying this is what not to do.
It was a stick slash called against BG, so Annie Parker gets to restart. About 12 yards from the goal, facing off with Madeline Eder-Linnell. She fakes the pass, tried to work her way into the seam. There was a whistle, violation away from the ball handler. And we'll restart it again.
Yeah, the good thing is during this time, during the restarts, the clock continues to run.
A good thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it
is for Portsmouth. Guertin can use the stoppage.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to avoid giving up double digits in a half.
And Portsmouth on the verge of doing just that. They've been so productive almost on every possession. Now let's see what happens with just under 2 minutes to go. Charlotte Marston fakes left, right goes left. Runs into a defender. Good defense that time by BG. They trying to get the ball on the turf, and they do. Cardinals with a chance to score here late in the first half. Charging down the field, number 13 is Madeline Hartsock. She feeds it into the middle, on the run, shot, goal!
Wow, a lot of movement, a lot of speed. A lot of speed for Guertin on that play.
Yeah.
They needed that speed because they haven't. That's how they've got to score. They've got to do it quickly.
Yeah.
You know, they really have to do it quickly.
Good defense produces instant offense as Madeline Hartsock finds Laura Redfern, number 7, the cutter, straight down the middle. And she's able to fire it past the goaltender, the freshman, Sage Boussiere. And it is a 9-4 match right now. So BG not totally out of it. Tell you what, 2 more goals with the last 90 seconds would help.
Their ideal, their obvious goal is to shut out Portsmouth the rest of this half, keep them off the board, and get a couple more.
Unfortunately, that ball that bounced right to Redfern, like a whistle dead, it looked like for a moment like a rare BG face-off win here, but instead we'll go right back to it, and Annie Parker, who's been dominant for Portsmouth, a chance to win another draw. BG's tried a few different players on the draw in the middle. And who's got it? BG comes away with it,
That's
charging downfield.
And why, John? Because they picked up the ground ball.
And holding on to it as a whistle. That was a possession by Ariana Kuchalakis, drawing the foul and setting BG up as the clock stops now. Is that because we're under 2 minutes?
No.
1:10 to go?
Yes, I believe so. Yep.
So that's advantage for BG since they do have possession here late in the first half, trailing by 5, trying to cut the deficit to 4. Key opportunity here for the Cardinals. And taking the timeout to tie her sneaker, Ariana Kuchalakis.
Yeah, you don't want to take precious seconds to do that if it's earlier in the half.
Right, on running time.
Well, she's got to see.
Restart.
Go high or low? I think she's going to go low.
And she missed upper left. She tried to go high, it looked like. And it is Portsmouth possession.
Yep.
Annalise Campbell putting the pressure on there defensively on
They've
the forecheck.
got 53 seconds to get down the field, but now all of a sudden the clock stops
We had
with a whistle.
Is that? They're giving
They're
a
giving
violation
Guertin the ball,
to
violation
Portsmouth.
to the Clippers, and Guertin's got it.
Not sure what they did.
Don't know, but Guertin's got to take advantage of that. You get a second chance at a possession, you've got to take advantage of it.
Officials setting everybody up in the proper positions. Annalise Campbell passes it off. BG with 40 seconds left to go in the half, trailing 5. Can they cut it to 4? Laura Redfern dances left, goes right.
Yeah, she wants
left.
a better opportunity. She wants to get a little closer and a little clearer angle. So there's no cutter. You want to see a cutter, but there is
Prunier back to Redfern. Whistle. Stick check was called. Clock stops, 22 seconds to go. Redfern on the restart.
Yeah, I think she's going to have to shoot it, John.
I agree.
22 seconds left. You've got to take advantage of it.
Sage Boussiere, the freshman in goal. Looks confident. Squares off with Redfern. On the restart, the shot
High
off
and
the
save.
It looked like it
stopped
bounced off the frame. Did she stop it?
No, she got it.
Redfern, meanwhile, absorbed a hit on her way toward the goal, and that was the source of the whistle, it looks like.
So you get another one.
Yeah, another chance.
You get 3 free positions.
Laura Redfern running the gauntlet here on these restarts.
Far out, John, and that angle could close. Nope, doesn't.
Shot, goal!
Yeah, you got to shoot it quick there.
Yes.
You can't let Portsmouth close that angle, and she didn't.
She went low to the non-stick side. Boussiere had her stick to her left.
All right,
she
now,
went low to the right of the
very
goalie.
important 16 seconds coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've got to either A, win the draw, or at least knock that ball back so that Portsmouth cannot get, has to run after it if they have to pick it up or battle for it. Do whatever you can,
Yeah.
to let those seconds kind of tick off.
I think we saw Charlotte Marston, number 21 for Portsmouth, went right down and scored off a draw
Yeah,
within
you cannot allow that to
within
happen.
10 seconds. She scored.
You've got to knock it. See,
It goes the other way.
bad.
Redfern, now they have a chance to do it the other way.
Yes.
Redfern's going to go all the way down. She feeds it in the middle. They receive it, shot, and a save. 5 seconds left. Who's got it? Portsmouth comes
got
away.
it, but you're not going to get a better shot than that,
No,
John.
what an opportunity that
Great
was as
save.
the horn sounds to end the first half.
That was a huge save.
BG did all the hard stuff on
Yeah,
that rush, Tom.
I don't know who
pass
took
and-
that last shot.
I think it was Madeline Hartsock that took it, number 13.
It looked it.
Yeah, and that was the tough part. Madeline got that pass
That was a
from, I
big,
think, Redfern on the move in
big
traffic.
save because you're not going to get a better shot.
And with the little time they had left, they took full advantage. They got themselves in position with about 7 seconds left to shoot.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, but that's encouraging for BG. They've started to win a few more draws. They got to do a lot more of that in the second half.
Yep, they need the draws. They made a change. I mean, I think they had Hartsock taking them at first, right? And then they changed to Kuchalakis, number 12, at least, I think. I mean, that's what I saw down there. So if I stayed that way. But A great first half, 9-5. Guertin's still in it with those 2 big goals that keeps them breathing. We'll see what adjustments the Cardinals make in the second half. It's 9-5. Portsmouth leading Bishop Guertin in high school girls lacrosse here at Stello Stadium. Don't go away. We'll be right back in the second half.
Once upon a time, the stars played a big role in everyone's life.
They guided explorers, lit the way at night, and sparked imagination.
Why don't we see any stars?
Today, we've lost sight of the stars. Most kids live someplace where light pollution impacts the night sky. Books and computers have become our only way to see the stars.
I only see one star.
That means we're disconnected from something our ancestors took for granted, and we are denied seeing the beauty right above our heads.
There's places, special places, that are different.
After a few hours in the car, you are transported back in time. The lights and sounds of the city are left behind. In the Maine woods, the sky looks just as our ancestors saw it. Here, the stars come to life.
Thousands glow bright in the night sky. Shooting stars fly across the horizon.
There is no need to be scared of the dark.
The night sky filled with splendor.
Whoa! Wow! There's so many.
All of this makes us think about how lucky we are to have places like the Maine woods.
There are way more stars here than in the city.
It makes us think about how important it is to protect them.
I see the Big Dipper.
It makes us wish that more people would want to see the dark.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stello Stadium in Nashua here on Nashua ETV.
Yeah, DJ Petey Pete spinning the tunes.
Yes, sir. Pete Johnson here with us, along with cameraman Tim O'Neill on the banks of the Nashua River, where the sun made a brief appearance and has now gone behind the clouds and the trees, hopefully, so we can see clearly.
The lights are on.
It is a 9-5 lead for Portsmouth. Could have been 9-6, as BG had a golden opportunity with under 16 seconds left after the draw at midfield. They took it down. A nice face-off win, a rare face-off win, and we believe it was Madeline Hartsock had that last-second shot, and another fine save by Sage Boussiere, the freshman goaltender for Portsmouth, to preserve the 4-goal lead. A clean win by Portsmouth on the draw, as it goes from the stick of Annie Parker right to Avery Runke, who we mentioned in the first half. Number 13 for Portsmouth is seeking goal number 100 on her career. She does have a goal in this game, so she must have started with 98. So she's at 99 now. That's Morgan Runke, her sister, that had the ball. Number 17 passes it. There's an important
Ground
battle.
ball, you got to pick that up. If you're Guertin, you got to.
Now, how does that go against BG right there? It looked like both players were fighting equally hard.
Sure does.
Bodying position for the ball.
Don't know.
Yeah. But it's Portsmouth possession.
But it's clear BG's got to do something to increase the pressure on Portsmouth. Because yet again, the second half starts with Portsmouth with the ball.
Yep. Sally Collins going to her right, shoots it on the ground. Good save. Madeline Eder-Linnell went right down there and blocked it.
Yep, 3 saves for her in this game.
She has possession right now, decides how to deal it, hands it off to Catherine Daly.
JoJo Curo, the head coach at Portsmouth, she is the sister of Sauhegan coach McKinley Curo. They've played each other twice.
Wow.
coached against each other twice the last 2 years, and I believe JoJo's won them both.
Look at Madeline Hartsock sprint down the middle of the field. She puts the brakes on.
It's a good job by Guertin to get down there. You know, they've got to score quickly. They don't want to take too much time.
And often to get back in this, trailing by 4. Catherine
DJ Petey Pete leaving the building. That's it for the tunes.
That's it for the tunes in between the breaks.
Here's a chance. Oh,
losing possession. And I think that she was fouled as she went through was Ariana Kuchalakis. Good move by Ariana. And probably good move by the Portsmouth defense. She almost had a slam dunk attempt there, but the ball trickled out of her basket, and she has a chance for a restart goal here. Dishes it. Redfern immediately met by a defender.
Got a
weaving
shot.
her way.
There it is.
Hartsock, Madeline, nice goal inside the left post.
Yeah, you know she did that. She dodged with her stick. They call that a dodge move. She moved that way, moved to her left, then brought the stick over to her right and fired it home.
A dodge and a dip and a score, and it's a 3-goal game now for the first time since early in the first half, as Portsmouth had opened up a big lead in that first half. BG all kinds of concern that the Clippers were going to run away with this thing at BG's home turf.
You know, you had that feeling, and
they looked dominant, as you said, for a long stretch in that first half. But the key
you know
is
what? They can still do it. They get on a run. You get on runs in this game.
What was that whistle for now? That's going to affect BG again. Looked like an equal battle for the ball, but apparently not. Portsmouth has it. Downfield they come. Dead sprint. Avery Runke backs it out. To Sister Morgan on the far wing. Around the perimeter it goes. Portsmouth excels in clean passing. Very few times do they see you put it on the turf, and as I said, they do. Who can get it?
Guertin, I believe. No, Portsmouth kept it.
Portsmouth got it in the far corner. So opportunity there for BG fleetingly.
And Portsmouth will start again.
That's Ginger Vinciguerra, number 4, passes
She's gonna cut inside
in front, and we have a
whistle and
flag.
Yeah, against
What's the flag
against
for?
Portsmouth. It's against the Clippers, I believe, right?
Is that a penalty?
No, they're talking it over, but Portsmouth's moving back the other way.
Yeah, it was the official farthest away from the goal that raised the yellow flag.
Did she make contact with the goalie? It was awfully close in there.
Looks like nothing changes here. It's going to be Portsmouth ball. You might be right about that. Colliding with the goalie would be a no-no. So the defender, bottom left of your screen, has it for the Cardinals. That's Catherine Daly, the senior. And we restart now. They did stop the clock for that.
Well, it was a
discussion,
discussion and everything else. Now, there's a lot of discussion in terms of informing the coaches what's going on. Well, what's going on is the Cardinals have the ball, so they'll be fine with that.
Chance to make it a 2-goal game, Tom. Big possession here for the Cardinals. Madeline Ader-Linnell walks it out toward midfield and passes it to the sure-handed Madeline Hartsock. Passes it on the run. Good job of getting it to Teresa Prunier. Prunier up ahead. BG puts it on the turf. They get it back. Behind the goal it goes. Good passing by the Cardinals.
Oh.
Out in front.
Nice.
Spin move. Shot goes wide.
That spin move was perfect. It created the opening. She had an opening on the left side of the net.
Just missed it. Annalise Campbell.
Right, and there's a pass that's missed by in the cutter.
Loose ball on the turf. Who's going to get it?
Guertin
Scooped up by the Cardinals.
Yep, they had the body position.
Boxing out there.
There's a shot right here waiting to happen.
Schmidt off the post. Loose ball goes over the net, and it's collected by Portsmouth behind the cage.
You know, a couple of opportunities there. I thought they waited too long at the top of the circle to take the shot. Needed to maybe make it more of a one-timer. But either way, it's a shot opportunity missed by Guertin, and there's 20 minutes left in the game. They're still down 3.
Maggie Parker with about a 75-yard sprint gets the ball all the way down into the offensive zone for the Clippers. Good work by number 3, Maggie Parker for the Clippers, who was the player that retained one possession behind her own goal. Now turns into some offensive zone time. Sally Collins flips it off to Avery Runke. Look out, looking for her 100th goal. She's been double teamed every time she gets it, though. And she passes it off. Charlotte Marston in front, goes low, and it deflects away. That's a good save again by Madeline Ader-Linnell. She got herself in the shooting lane.
She's got 4, but she's going to have to keep making those saves because Portsmouth's going to keep taking those shots.
BG trying to win possession back and make this a 2-score game. And, of course, Portsmouth trying to open up a 4-goal gap again.
Now, the one thing that Guertin's done well is they haven't allowed Portsmouth to use the cutter play down the middle. It's just that Portsmouth is such a good shooting team, they're able to shoot from a distance.
There's a ball on the turf. And a whistle before anybody scoops it up. The call will go against the Cardinals.
And a free position play.
Possession, Annie Parker. The dangerous Annie Parker moves in, scores.
Boy, effortlessly.
Yeah. She's had a few of those. The MVP so far this match, Annie Parker's won a ton of draws and scored a couple of goals. Timeout taken by the Cardinals here with 18:31 to go in the half, trailing by 4. As easy as that goal looked, it was a long time in coming for Portsmouth, so they've slowed down the scoring pace. BG has slowed down the Portsmouth's pace
That's
of
just
scoring,
it. Portsmouth's pace was incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was.
They looked like they were going to pull up 25.
Yeah,
at one point.
exactly. And, you know, they still could, but I doubt
Yeah,
it. At 18:31 to play, I doubt it. But still, they have done quite the job. So with 18:31 left in this epic battle between the 2 division champions, and now Portsmouth has joined BG in Division 1.
We will be having more lacrosse, of course, as the spring goes along. Looking forward to covering the Battle of the Bridge, South versus North in boys and girls lacrosse, as well as some more BG matches, boys and girls. And also, we're looking forward to maybe mixing in a Rivier lacrosse match, I understand, here on Nashville
Well,
TV.
we'll see if the men make it to the quarterfinal round. They'd be hosting a couple of weeks from now.
Yeah.
So that will be the end of the month.
And we also want to work in what is they called? The international soccer?
It's
sort of like an AAU equivalent, is it?
No, not an AAU equivalent. It's more of a semi-pro equivalent.
Semi-pro, thank you,
The International Soccer Club of Nashua, the Eagles.
A lot of ex-high school stars in there, right?
A couple of current that are able to play, and some college players. Very similar.
Our friend Jared Barboza, coach in the Nashua squad.
Well, he doesn't coach it. He's the part owner and team president. It's the Think Silver Knights soccer. All right, that's the equivalent.
Cool.
And the level is very good. I saw their home opener, or their home away from home opener on Saturday when they played at Sauhegan. They played U Nations from Worcester, and they won 2-0. In a game where I thought the referee was going to get killed by U Nations right before the half because they weren't too happy with the call.
Intense atmosphere, huh?
It is a very intense atmosphere. It is intense soccer, John. It's physical soccer. I always joke during our games, swimming and diving. They go down. You get hit. You go down. You want the call.
You want the call.
And that's how they do it.
And it's a very subjective art, isn't it? That soccer referee thing.
Yeah.
Gig that I want
no part of. But Nashville won 2-0. A very good job by them. 2 goals early, and
well, the strategy session here had to be let's win some draws. That's easier said than done when you're up against Portsmouth's Annie Parker, number 10, who's on the right of your screen in this draw here at the center dot. She goes up against Madeline Hartsock, and a loose ball, and just pouncing on it kind of knew it was coming in her direction. Morgan Runke. Up top it goes to Annie Parker. Sally Collins with it, sprinting to her right. On the wing, back to Collins, and handed to Annie Parker. Parker gives it to Avery Runke with 99 goals in her high school career. Runke drifting to her right, immediately marked. No passing or shooting lane there with 2 defenders in her way, so she just hands it off to Annie Parker. Parker shuffling to her right, looking for an open teammate. And a good
Almost
job of
picked
getting
off.
in there.
Almost.
Good anticipation. That's number 6 for BG
And-
with a good stick, Jordan Gable.
I'll tell you, what does it take to get a ground ball? Portsmouth has won too many of those. If I'm Leslie Y looking at that, I'm saying that's got to be our ball. We've got to come up with that. And Portsmouth has won too many of those 50-50 ground balls.
Yeah, they have. A good job by Jordan Gable, the sophomore, for getting in the way and anticipating the pass, but they just weren't able to complete the steal. Sally Collins sprinting to her right, marked by Catherine Schmidt.
Oh,
well,
nice pass.
loose ball.
Yeah, you're going to get a call on that.
You would think.
Yeah.
You're right. It is a violation by BG and the restart for Portsmouth. For a moment, it looked like maybe the Cardinals had won a loose ball, but instead, Morgan Runke on the restart, the sophomore, number 17 for the Clippers, and shoots and scores. That's another thing that BG needs to work on the restarts, to get in the way of the shooter, because they've had too many easy shots on goal in that situation.
And
Meanwhile, Portsmouth.
who was that with the goal? 17? Yeah.
Morgan Runke.
Morgan Runke, you're right.
Yeah. Avery's sister, apparently, younger sister, who's also able to score.
Who's got a little more size than her older sister, yeah.
And she was intimidating on that play, as Shirley coming in and just kind of a slam dunk goal, one-on-one with a goaltender with no defenders really in between. So it's 11-6. Portsmouth leads, and back to work at the center dot. Annie Parker for Portsmouth and Madeline Hartsock for BG. Hartsock shoots it on the ground, but Annie Parker's first to get there.
Ooh, and a hit from behind.
Yeah, kind of I think it's.
You could get carded for that and have to
it's
leave
going
the
to be
field. A penalty.
A penalty, yeah.
Yep.
Yellow card. So having to sit out for a minute here, it looks like.
Tough enough when you're down. They're tough enough even straight, but when you're down a player, that's even worse.
Right. So that was Madeline Hartsock that has to sit out there. She's kind of frustrated after losing that draw to Parker. He's very good at that. Annie passes it over to Morgan Runke. And sprinting out of the corner, Ginger Vinciguerra got fouled, but I think they're going to let the goal stand instead. Yeah. The continuation of the play, it's a 12-6 lead for Portsmouth. So BG able to get a little bit of momentum going there over halftime and into the second half, but it seems to have evaporated now as Portsmouth has retaken firm control of this game thanks to the time of possession and winning those 50-50 balls, as Tom was talking about, dominating in both of those categories. That'll spell doom for any comeback. You can't win the draws and you can't win the 50-50 balls.
No, you cannot allow them to get back up by 6 goals with 15:59 to play. Now you can go on a run, but it'll take time. But
and a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy. This is just not what Guertin did not want to have an uphill climb the entire game, and that's what they're facing right now after they took that 1-0 lead.
Well, they switched up the draw. Teresa Prunier produces a win for the Cardinals after the whistle. Teresa Prunier just had it there, number 11. Feeds it into the corner to Annalise Campbell. Annalise got stick checked. She's looking to the official, I think, for a whistle. She got it. On the restart, feeds it to Laura Redfern. Redfern's been a star in this game for BG. Offensively, they need more from her, of course, to eat into this 12-6 deficit. Tough bounce pass handled nicely by Annalise Campbell.
basket play.
Yeah, not ideal when you had a defender right on her. Prunier behind the goal, drifting to her right. Dances back to the left and hands it back to Annalise Campbell. BG having a difficult time getting even close to the cage on this possession. Annalise Campbell still has it, being stick checked by Emily Kumpf, number 22, making life difficult for the BG forward. Kumpf comes back, gets in the face of Campbell, who switches on the spin move, hands it off. This is Ariana Kuchalakis, double teamed immediately, ball's knocked free, whistle goes against the Clippers. Portsmouth doesn't give you a lot of breathing room when you have the ball. I noticed that BG kind of backs off Portsmouth's ball handlers a lot. And we have a whistle that goes against the Clippers. This is going to be a free look here for Madeline Hartsock. See whether she's able to get a shot away. Fakes a pass, hands it off. Ball's on the turf, and Portsmouth is going to get possession.
Yeah, great free position defense by Portsmouth. Hartsock wasn't faking anything, John. She wanted to get the open lane to shoot. She couldn't do it, so she had to give the ball up. Just didn't work offensively for Guertin. You know, they're losing the draw. You know, not that last one, but they're losing draws, not getting ground balls, and not able to score automatically off free positions the way Portsmouth has. That adds up to a tough night at Stello Stadium for the Cardinals.
Sure does. Portsmouth back on the attack now. Sally Collins on the far wing, looking to pass in the middle. Instead, she dumps it behind the goal to Ginger Vinciguerra. Vinciguerra back to Sally Collins. Bobble. Madeline Hartsock was right there, but so quick on those loose balls is Portsmouth.
Precision.
Morgan Runke with it.
I watched
to
them
Avery Runke.
dominate.
Avery Runke looking for number 100 again. Nothing doing. They defend her tougher than anybody. And there's a flag, and there's a goal. And they'll put the flag away. It was going to be a penalty against, or a foul against BG, but instead it's a score, another one.
17, I believe.
Morgan Runke with the goal.
Yep.
So at this pace, Morgan's going to get to 100 about the same time as Avery. She's been impressive, the sophomore.
She has.
Sister.
She's got size, John.
Yeah.
She used it there to have the open shot.
Yeah,
so.
when she shoots from up high, it's tough to block, including for the goaltender. Coming straight down on you. And she found that opening up high again. 13-6. Biggest lead of the game. Obviously for Portsmouth, up by 7. Ball pops straight up in the air. BG swats at it, but it's Portsmouth again that gets it. Avery Runke to Morgan Runke. Back to sister Avery as they play some catch here in the middle of this match at Stellos. Annie Parker. So great on draws. Portsmouth is going to be a team to beat this season.
They can take a little time if they want. Don't know if it's
Charlotte Marston.
early. I don't know if it's late enough to do that, but if I were them, I would. It might take them out of their rhythm, but right there it did because they turned the ball over.
Catherine Daly with the nice stick check defensive play to steal it.
Kate Daly.
Kate Daly.
We've seen her in soccer. We saw her in basketball.
Yeah, that individual effort flips the field by about 80 yards. BG now with it deep. Catherine Schmidt, she has a goal, number 14.
Yeah. I haven't seen you since basketball, right?
No.
That's right.
Since we did the Guertin Girls State Championship. Congratulations on another one.
Did you miss me? I didn't miss you.
All right, yeah, you said it. You were right about Brad retiring. Wow.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, Tom said, not for publication, but I have a feeling that he was right. And so we saw the story come out after another, and the most impressive championship win in comeback fashion that we have seen on Nashville TV. What a job in that fourth quarter.
What a job over his tenure.
Yeah,
goodness.
true.
Probably the most dominant girls program since the since the John Fagula days.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Right? He's on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So BG taking a little bit too much time in this possession, considering they're down by 7. I guess they just want to make sure they score.
God, you're right, though, John. They need, but it's also Portsmouth's defense.
Yeah, that's the reason
Portsmouth's
why.
defense is really tenacious. Now they'll take the chance for the foul.
They will.
Yeah, they will.
They're not going to give you an easy goal.
No, because they have the trust in their goaltender.
Madeline Hartsock on the restart. Charges in, beats a couple defenders. Determined goal there by Madeline Hartsock.
Well,
Senior.
If you're Guertin, you just got to keep plugging away.
Yeah, that's how the game started. It looked promising for BG.
Right.
But it was about 5 or 6 unanswered goals after that for the Clippers, and BG really never recovered.
Timeout on the field. I imagine that was probably Portsmouth.
Yeah,
but I'm
their
not
first
sure.
time out of the match,
Yeah,
I think.
so
Things have gone very well
yep,
for the
she
Clippers.
wants to make JoJo wants to make sure that
They finish.
that they don't allow a run.
Get complacent because of the scoreboard, right?
So
Because it's not out of the realm of possibility here. 13-7. If
No,
you totally let up.
you could score 3 goals, get right back, and 4 goals,
Yeah.
get right back. It's going to take 4 to get right back in the game and then put the pressure on.
It is playoff season in hockey and basketball. Very exciting time of the year.
In the pros, that is.
In the pros, yeah.
Here we've got a little ways to go, although it felt like tournament time late last week with the temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Well, actually in the 90, hit 90 both days.
90, yeah. And Pete Johnson said to me something about Tom must have the pool. I said, no, Tom doesn't have the pool open.
No.
No way. Not this time. He's not fooled.
No, not at all.
He knows it was only a temporary situation with the 80s and 90.
Yep. That doesn't happen until
We went right back to winter
doesn't
last
happen
week.
that doesn't happen until late May.
Yeah, late May. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I mean, the temperature gets in the 40s at night in May. You want to get it to, and even then, it's a difficult first swim.
Right.
That water's ice cold anyway.
Right.
It's been. Remember, that water is cold because it's not, the sun doesn't warm it up. It's covered by it's covered. So a lot of pools in New England.
And you could pay for heat, but we know with the story of that.
Oh, that's expensive.
That's not happening.
That's expensive.
Heat in any pool. Got to be solar energy. So we need an energy burst from the Bishop Guertin Cardinals team to get back in this game.
And they're not going to get it via solar because the clouds have moved in.
No, exactly.
Much to the delight of Tim O'Neill.
Yes.
Clouds have moved in and the lights are on, and we are, looking. It's still early. It's still mid-April, April 18th.
We got clear HD here for the last 10.5 minutes. And BG, if they can score the next 3, they make it a 3-goal game. We're talking about maybe a miracle comeback here. But it all starts at the center dot.
Boy,
Teresa Prunier trying to win one.
From what I see from this Clipper team, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, that went against Portsmouth, that call. So, BG ball. Oh, this official changed it.
Changed the call.
Oh, boy. Okay.
How about that, huh? Just not Guertin's night, John.
No.
So now if you're Portsmouth, I wonder what JoJo told him in the timeout.
Loose ball.
Keep the tenacity or try to use the clock. But a loose ball, a turnover, ball goes out of bounds, it'll be Guertin's ball.
Yeah, rare mistake on passing by the Clippers. So it goes off the sideline, and BG has it. Here comes Madeline Hartsock on a dead sprint, gaining ground. About 40 yards, she changes the field and hands it off to Annalise Campbell on the near wing. Annalise gives it to Laura Redfern. As the Cardinals catch their breath after the sprint. 9.5 minutes, down by 6. Laura Redfern dances to her left, tries to find a shooting lane, takes a stick to the face, looked like.
Yep.
That's a definite whistle and a restart. And Laura will have it. Portsmouth finds a way to get in the shooter's lane and in their path on these restarts.
And again, they're also willing to allow the restarts,
Yeah.
It seems that way.
Oh, good shot, and it trickles
it
over the line.
in. Who was that?
Laura Redfern.
Laura Redfern again, huh?
Yeah. Nearly a great save by Sage Boussiere.
Right, but when you see the goaltender look behind,
Yeah. And on the Tim O'Neill goal cam, it got across the stripe.
That's it. We got DG PD Pete and we got a Tim O'Neill goal cam. We're all set.
5-goal game, 13-8.
9:08 to play. Still not plenty of time, but still time. Guertin needs a run.
Yeah.
They need to go on a run.
Well, they had Teresa Prunier doing these draws. They got Madeline Hartsock back in there now.
They're flipping it back and forth.
Yeah, and meanwhile, it's Annie Parker all day long for Portsmouth, number 10, who's been very successful. 9:08 to go. Clock stopped for the moment. The all-important draw here. BG needs that ball if they're going to go on a comeback run. Whistle even before, and that goes against the Clippers.
Yep.
And charging downfield, she doesn't need to be told twice that she's got the ball. Madeline Hartsock gives it to Catherine Schmidt. Schmidt got handcuffed by it for a second, but now.
But see, you were
Has
3 goals down at halftime. Right?
Yes.
You were, or not, 4 goals
four
down.
goals
you were
down,
9-5. Then you got it, and I think you cut it to 9-6. And that gave you momentum, but you lost it all of a sudden.
And trying to get through some heavy stick checks
To
there.
see what that
Ariana
defensive
Kuchlak.
posture does for Portsmouth, it keeps the seconds ticking, right?
Right.
No shot. No
Yeah.
shot, no goal, no stoppage of clock. Guertin cannot take too much time.
The one-time attempt.
Nice
no.
pass,
It
down
was a
low,
great
dangerous pass,
and
but
they
a
draw
nice
the
one.
whistle.
Yep, so they're going to get the free start, free position from the 9-yard line.
With some space.
At an angle. Does she go low? Does she go high? She'll probably try high.
I think she should run straight ahead and shoot it, though. She's got some space.
Yeah,
Teresa
she does.
Prunier.
She's got to use a good jump, though.
She fakes right,
Nice
goes
fake.
left, and scores.
Scores. Prunier with a good goal.
Ooh, nice move.
That was a good move.
She faked out the defender and the goaltender to open up the net.
So a 3-goal run by Guertin.
Yep.
Down 13-6. Now it's 13-9
Getting a little more interesting here at Stellos.
with 7:53 to go.
And back to the all-important draw. Madeline Hartsock for BG in the white, and Annie Parker in the maroon for the Clippers on the right at the center dot. The draw, Parker. Oh, she had it for a second. Now it's loose on the turf. She scoops it up. So good at that. She's got to get that shorter stick, I think. It helps her, too. With good control of the ball when it goes on the turf. So Annie Parker.
That was a draw Guertin needed to win.
Yeah.
They get that draw, they get a goal, they're down 3.
So now Portsmouth has a chance to take time off the clock.
Now I think you know what? I don't know if they're going to do that, John. I think they're going to try to go for the best shot, best goal, chance available to get that lead back up comfortably.
They don't have a delay mentality, that's for sure.
Yeah, they don't. It's at 4. They do and they don't.
Morgan
Right?
Runke
They'll
frees up some space, and there's a whistle before any shot.
Yep, going to go against BG. It'll be a free position play. But you know what? They do have, they'll
So
move
here it
the
is,
ball.
Tom.
They'll move the ball for the best
Morgan
goal.
Runke, who has just been
She
going
has been.
right at the goalie. And she does it again and scores.
Yep.
Nobody stops her. Morgan Runke unstoppable on those restarts and gives the Clippers a 5-goal lead again.
So what do you do when you've retired as basketball coach? You go to lacrosse games, and that's what Brad Creek just did. He just left the building. Oh no, he's sitting down below
I
us.
see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big goal for Portsmouth right there.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is on Morgan Runke, Tom. Maybe get your biggest, fastest player to try to sprint into her path. Make her veer off from point A to point B and the slam dunk.
That's a tough one, right?
Yeah. Ball in the air, batted, anybody's.
Oh.
And BG draws the foul.
Yeah.
Annalise Campbell took a hit.
Yeah,
She
it was
has possession number 2, going right down, unchecked, getting close.
Yep, veered away. Had to go to the other side.
Emily Kumpf forced her wide. Back at it, Campbell and Kumpf going at it, an underhand flip. This is Teresa Prunier with the spin move.
Can't take much time. 6:17 to play, down 5. Got to get a goal.
Yeah, so BG taking 3 steps forward and 1 step back.
They've had comebacks before, but not by this many.
Yeah, it's a lot. And very little to come back in as far as time. 6-minute mark now. Catherine Schmidt, no, that was, she left it with Hartsock, shoots and scores. Madeline Hartsock's got at least a hat trick in this.
Well, I told you, she was one of the players coming back looking to make a name for herself. And I talked to her before the start of the season, and she was really excited about this group.
I don't blame her. I mean, but she just needs the ball more. You have a feeling that had BG won a bunch more draws, Madeline Hartsock would have 6 or 7 goals at this point. She's been an unstoppable force herself on offense for the Cardinals when they have had the ball.
5:51 to play, and it's a 4-goal game. Clock is now a huge factor in this game.
So Teresa Prunier is taking this draw.
And she's had the most success, hasn't she, in my mind?
I think she's like 3 out of 4. Or 3 out of 5, maybe.
I don't know.
Draw she's taken.
I don't know. I didn't keep the stat on the draw, which I wish I had.
And it's loose on the turf.
Guertin.
Hartsock comes away with it. Counted as another win for Prunier on the draw. And the Cardinals with a chance to cut it to 3 again with 5.5 minutes to go. Catherine Schmidt, number 14. She did score in the first half. She hasn't tried to score. I think she hasn't had a shot on goal since then. Laura Redfern to her left.
Nope.
Double
Good,
team.
good defense by Portsmouth, and what that does is add seconds to Guertin's possession.
Repelled.
Keeps the clock ticking.
Teresa Prunier cruising. Cuts it back to the middle. Spin move. Good defense by Portsmouth. Prunier forced to give it up. Laura Redfern back looking for an opening. Up high slot, Catherine Schmidt dancing to her left, finds a seam, shoots to the left. Yep.
High and wide, but Guertin still has it.
BG ball coming up from behind. Good maneuver and a great save.
What a stop. That's a huge stop.
Sage Boussier with the clean snag, and it is a huge save.
Was that on, trying to see who took that shot. Was that on Annalise Campbell? Number 2?
I think so. It was a low digit.
Number 2.
2?
Yeah, I think it was number 2 that took it. Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunate for the Cardinals.
Boy, they could have cut that gap to 3.
That would have been pretty exciting. And get another draw at midfield, and then who knows. But instead, the save of the game so far belongs to the Portsmouth freshman goaltender, Sage Boussier. Sage,
look at this. They're allowing them to run free, which you really can't do.
Now you're seeing some clock killing by the
Clippers.
Yeah,
you sure are.
They're just playing catch about 25 yards away from the goal.
What they used to call him, clock killing Corey Dillon? Patriots back?
Yeah. And I remember the 4 corners offense in college basketball, which was so annoying.
Dean Smith's, North Carolina. Right. Yeah, the late Dean Smith.
Avery Runke has not got her 100th goal here. I don't know if she's saving it for home turf, but
could be.
She's been 1 away for most of this match after scoring early in the first half. Sally Collins maneuvering into the corner. Out in front, they're trying the one-timer and risked losing possession, but instead it ends up at Annie Parker.
Yeah, see, this is a big possession now, John. 3 minutes left.
Yeah, under 3. Here we go.
You got to think that if Guertin gets the ball back, they'll call time and go over what they want to do.
Annie Parker shoots and scores, and that is probably the dagger. A 5-goal lead for the Clippers with 2:40 to go and 2:48 left. Annie Parker found a running lane and a shooting lane that she liked, and she puts it home past Madeline Ader-Linnell, the sophomore goaltender, who's been very good, but just seen too many shots and too much pressure from these Clippers. So Portsmouth, who beat Pinkerton 18-5, certainly let up more goals here at Stellos, but
So now the next big game in girls lacrosse statewide is Portsmouth Bedford in Division I. Is Portsmouth Bedford. I'm not sure when that is. I do know they play. Believe they do play. Oh,
Portsmouth wins the draw. Morgan
wins
Runke.
the draw, and they're going to now. Now I would imagine they kind of milk the clock a little bit.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go.
Yep.
So impressive Portsmouth team. Definitely a force to be reckoned with in the 2023 season. And oh, look at that goal!
Look at that. Wow.
They're styling it now. That was Charlotte Marston, number 21, who went low with kind of like a pendulum scoop shot underneath. Submarined it. And it is a 16-10 lead. So we've seen the save of the game and maybe the shot of the game as far as style points go late in this one. Both from the Clippers.
Boy, they're not milking the clock, are they? They're going right for the kill.
Yeah.
That's the way they are. They've been aggressive. They were aggressive last year in Division II and stormed through that division untouched.
Portsmouth plays Bedford on May 3rd at Bedford.
2 weeks from now.
Win on the faceoff by the Cardinals.
Girtin plays.
Ariana Kuchalakis.
Guertin plays at Bedford next week.
Had it stolen cleanly by Avery Runke to Morgan, her sister, and downfield goal of the Clippers. And with under 2 minutes to go now, they're threatening to get another one. Whistle goes against the Cardinals. Restart. Portsmouth ball. Bishop Guertin's next game will be
Thursday.
home against Westwood, as you said.
Yep, Thursday.
Yep, Thursday. Right here. And then they play Bedford at Bedford.
That's next week.
Yeah, on the 25th.
Yep, next week is school vacation week in New Hampshire.
Right. So 1:20 to go. Portsmouth kind of just dancing around on the perimeter with possession. This is Avery Runke looking for number 100. Doesn't get a shot away. BG
Oh,
won't
look
let
at
him
that, right on the doorstep.
over the goal.
Yep. Girtin ball. They're not
Yeah.
going to bother to call a timeout. John Collins, I am going to head down on the field now with just less than a minute to play.
All righty, Tom.
I will see you. Will I see you on Saturday?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you on
See
Saturday.
a baseball,
Pullman
right?
Stadium. Yep.
Nice. Do a baseball game. Excellent. Hopefully we'll have good weather. That's Tom King. Join me for that one. Our first baseball game of the 2023 spring season here on Nashua ETV. BG trying to score with under a minute left to go. And Portsmouth with that characteristic tough defense, tough to penetrate. Laura Redfern gets cross-checked away from the goal. Takes it around the net, still has it. Number 7 for the Cardinals. Talented player. And she shoots just wide to the right. Lauren Redfern with a good job of controlling it. Still BG ball. And Annalise Campbell scores. That was a late reaction by me because I think not everybody in the place knew it was in. Certainly Tim O'Neill did. He had it on camera. So it's a goal for the Cardinals. They accidentally put it up on the Portsmouth side. I think they meant to give it to BG, but I saw the Portsmouth score change to 17. I think it's supposed to be 16-11 instead. And they change it. 16-11 is your score with 16 seconds left. So just as we had a face-off with 16 seconds left to go in the first half, when things were still fairly promising for the Cardinals to come back, just a chance for a late goal here to make the score a little nicer. Instead, a win for Annie Parker, who has been just nothing but impossibly tough on those draws for the Clippers. She threw that one away, however, and BG will have possession as the buzzer sounds to end this one here at Stellos. A 16-11 Portsmouth win as they announced their presence in Division I in a big, big way by coming into the home turf of the state title defenders and beating them by 5 goals, 16-11. Congratulations to the Portsmouth Clippers team and to their freshman goaltender, Sage Bussieri, who gets a win, and also I'd say the game's MVP, Annie Parker, on the draws, and also scoring several goals herself. For Tim O'Neill, my cameraman, and executive producer Pete Johnson, and my partner Tom King, I'm John Collins. Thank you for watching and saying good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.